Damiel light if birekes yo or pilant riabu, right? Tite stuari life doesn't knock before it enters. It doesn't text you first or ask if you're ready. It just shows up, uninvited, and flips your world upside down. One day, everything makes sense. You've got a direction, a plan, a picture in your mind of how things should go. And then suddenly it doesn't. The people you trusted change. The path you believed in disappears. The dream you built shatters in silence. And in that chaos, life looks you dead in the eye and says, what are you going to do now? That's the question that separates those who break from those who become unstoppable. Because the truth is, life doesn't reward control, it rewards response. You can't control the storm, but you can learn to dance in the rain. You can't control the detour, but you can decide not to stop driving. And that choice, right there, it's everything. That's what defines your story. When everything falls apart, you have two options. You can let it bury you, or you can let it build you. Most people panic when change comes. They see endings where beginnings are trying to be born. They fight to hold on to a version of life that no longer fits them. But what if that ending wasn't punishment? What if it was protection? A redirection towards something greater, something you can't yet see. Because let's be real, life will not stay still so you can feel comfortable. It's not supposed to. Growth never feels safe. Change never feels calm. But that's exactly where transformation lives. In the storm, in the stretch, in the moment, when you realize that breaking doesn't mean you're finished. It means you're being reshaped. There was a time I thought the goal was control. If I planned enough, if I worked hard enough, I could avoid the pain, the chaos, the failure. But then life came in and burned the map I was following. At first, I was angry. I thought, this isn't fair. I did everything right. But life doesn't play by our rules. It plays by truth. And the truth is, sometimes the road must bend so that we can learn to move differently. That's when I realized something powerful. Life isn't about sticking to the plan. It's about becoming someone who can handle the plan breaking. That's real strength. That's adaptability. And adaptability, my friend, is your superpower. Look around. Everything that grows adapts. The trees bend with the wind, or they snap. The rivers change course, or they dry up. Species that refuse to evolve disappear, and humans, we're no different. The moment we stop adapting, we start decaying. Think about the world we live in. Technology changes every year. Culture shifts overnight. Opportunities appear and vanish in seconds. You can't survive that world by staying rigid. You survive it by moving, by adjusting, by learning, by letting go of what was to make space for what can be. Let me tell you something about comfort zones. They feel safe, but they're actually cages. They trap you in what you know and block you from what you could become. And life will break your comfort zone again and again until you finally realize you were never meant to stay there. Every closed door, every failure, every heartbreak, they're not endings, they're invitations. Invitations to evolve, invitations to become something new, but most people never answer. They wait for the world to go back to normal, they pray for the same road to reopen. But the truth is, that road is gone for a reason. You outgrew it. I remember reading about the fall of Blockbuster and the rise of Netflix. It wasn't just a business story, it was a life lesson. Blockbuster had everything: power, money, fame, influence. But when the world started changing, they didn't. They laughed at Netflix, mocked their small beginnings. Netflix kept adapting. They mailed DVDs, then they streamed movies, then they created their own. They evolved. And Blockbuster, they clung to the past, and the past buried them. That's not just the story of two companies. That's the story of life itself. Those who adapt, they don't just survive, they define the future. Those who resist, they become memories. It's the same with people. The ones who win aren't the strongest, the fastest, or the smartest. They're the ones who adjust the quickest. They understand that life is not a straight road. It's a series of turns, detours, and unexpected twists. The destination doesn't change, but sometimes the road has to. That's why adaptability is the ultimate strength. It means you can lose everything and still rebuild. It means you can fail and still find another way. It means you can be broken and still come back better. Maybe you've lost something recently, a job, a dream. Maybe you're standing in the middle of your own storm right now wondering why it had to happen. Let me tell you, it had to. Because sometimes we won't move until life gives us no other choice. Sometimes pain is the only language strong enough to make us change direction. That heartbreak, it's not the end of love, it's the beginning of self-worth. That lost job, it's not rejection, it's redirection. That closed door, it's not denial, it's protection. Life breaks your plan to rebuild your purpose. And I know it hurts. Change always does, but discomfort is the birthplace of every great thing that's ever existed. No one became legendary by staying comfortable. When everything in you wants to stop, that's the signal to go harder. When the world says it's over, that's your cue to prove them wrong. The comeback always starts where most people quit. You see, life is not testing your strength, it's revealing it. You've already survived things you thought you couldn't. You've already rebuilt yourself from pain that should have destroyed you. And guess what? You'll do it again. Because no matter what happens, you're not defined by what broke you. You're defined by what you build after it. You're not the person who fell. You're the one who got back up. You're not the storm that hit you. You're the calm that rose from it. You are proof that change doesn't have to kill you. It can create you. Life's greatest gift is motion, the chance to keep evolving, to keep learning, to keep becoming. And when you stop demanding that life stays the same, you start discovering who you truly are. When you stop asking for control, you start finding freedom. Freedom to fall and rise again. Freedom to rebuild from zero. Freedom to look at the chaos and say, I'll make something beautiful out of this. That's what the great ones do. They take the wreckage and turn it into art. They take the loss and turn it into purpose. They take the pain and turn it into power. Adaptability doesn't mean weakness. It means flexibility with direction. It means your faith is stronger than your fear. It means you understand that if plan A dies, there are 25 more letters in the alphabet. It means when everyone else panics, you pivot. When everyone else freezes, you move. And that's why you'll win. Because the ones who keep adjusting are the ones who keep advancing. The ones who let go are the ones who fly. So the next time life breaks your plan, don't break with it, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what can I learn here? What can I create from this? What's my next move? And then move. Even if it's small, even if it's uncertain, move. Because movement is life. And the more you move, the more life opens up for you. There's no such thing as the perfect plan, only perfect adaptation. It's not about predicting the storm. It's about learning how to sail through it. You'll stumble. You'll fall. You'll get hit. But you'll rise again and again. Until one day, you'll look back and realize the moments you thought were breaking you were really building you. Maybe that's the secret of life. It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you need to become who you're meant to be. So stop fighting change. Stop trying to glue the old version of yourself back together. You're not supposed to fit that mold anymore. You're evolving. And evolution is never painless, but it's always worth it. Remember this, the most dangerous person in the world is the one who's not afraid to start again, because they know they've done it before, and they can do it again. That's you. You've already faced storms and survived. You've already walked through fire and found light on the other side. So don't fear what's next. Embrace it. Because the same force that destroyed your plan is the one pushing you toward your destiny. You are not behind. You're being realigned. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Prepared for the chapter you couldn't write because you were too busy clinging to the last one. So here's the truth. You can't control life, but you can control your response. You can't stop change, but you can decide how you move with it. You can't rewrite the past, but you can create a future so powerful that the past becomes a footnote. And that's what this moment is for. It's not an ending. It's the blank page of your next story. So when life breaks your plan, smile, because now it's your turn. Your turn to create, your turn to adapt, Your turn to rise. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need the courage to begin again. Because the world doesn't belong to the ones who never fall. It belongs to the ones who refuse to stay down. And that's you. That's always been you. So breathe. Lift your head. And take the next step. Not because it's easy. Not because it's clear. But because you can. Life breaks your plan so you can finally build your power. Adapt. Adjust. And rise again. Because that's what you were born to do.